Well, hi everyone, it's Bronnie here again for another day in Bronnie's World, and it's Wise Wednesday. Oh, yes. And you've just got me today. I have no special guests today, as I quite often don't actually on a Wednesday. But anyway, that's fine. You can't have a guest every day, or can you? Well, it's mostly due to not being able to connect the times right. But anyway, all that aside, here we are, very close to Christmas. We're getting there, and I know a lot of you are reflecting on the year that has passed and the loved ones that you have lost. In fact, I've had a few friends, just a handful of friends this week in the last 24 hours, who my heart is actually in tears for, breaking for, who have lost loved ones, just suddenly. Some have been suddenly, some have been killed in accidents, killed just walking down the street from a drunk driver, and some have, you know, been quite healthy and just suddenly passed. Anyway, there's lots of reasons why people have passed. Some we don't understand, and others, well, I actually, when someone passes, do we ever really understand? We know that the pain, they are not suffering anymore if they were in pain, but it leaves a really deep hole in our hearts. And I really feel for my friends and family who have lost loved ones. I've lost loved ones this year. I've lost some dear friends this year, and I feel it, and I am feeling it. But then I didn't want this to be a sad Wise Wednesday. I wanted us to be wise about how we care for those still living, how we care for those that are still here. Because it's going to be tough, guys. It's going to be tough on all of us who have lost loved ones. And that first year that they're not here, that first Christmas without them. So here is a thought that I had, that I'd had this thought, but I just listened to a training call that I should have been on this morning, but because I was helping someone else, I missed it. And when I went back and listened to it, I thought, have they been in my head? Because I had been thinking about this very subject, but not quite sure how to put it into words. So this guy the training that I was listening to was this fellow by the name of Robert White. And he set out a challenge for us all, which I want to share with you, and I challenge you to do as well, is to call people, call loved ones, call, whether they're your family, friends, business partners, customers, if you're in business, clientele, just anyone who's ever said no to you. Just, reach out, guys. Reach out and call them. It's preferably not best to text. This is something you either pick up the phone and call, or if you see them face to face, say it to their face. And I know I have friends who do not answer the phone when I call. They only respond to texts. So if you have people like that, then use the little voice thing on it where you can record what you're saying and then send that, okay? And this is what I want you to do, right? You start out, the gift I see in you is, and then you say what it is that you see in them. What is in their life, there in that person, what's the gift you see in them? And, you know, it could be something quite simple. It could be you see the gift of love in them. You see the gift of kindness and caring in them. You see the gift of a hard, conscientious worker. You see the gift of you know, someone who's a great dad or a great mum or a great son, and the way you care for your family and love them, you know, or could be a teacher, you know, that your kids' teachers, and you might be appreciative of them. Just something, just reach out, because guys, you never know how much that person needs to hear that, to feel that someone cares, especially if they're hurting, especially if they've lost a loved one. You don't know what another person's situation is. You don't know how they're feeling. So many of us hide what's truly in our hearts. We might hide behind a smile. We might hide behind circumstances. We hide behind Facebook, the internet, anything. And we don't really allow anyone to see the real us, you know, how we're really hurting, how we're really feeling, the struggles we are going through. So you just might be the person who is reaching out by just doing this little exercise and reaching out and touching that person's heart, because you also might not realize how lonely that person is. Do you know you can be in a crowd and still feel completely alone? You can be in a large family and still feel completely alone, right? So just by reaching out, you actually might be touching their heart in ways, unspeakable ways. No negativity. There's be nothing negative in your message and your reach out to them. Bring in the positive, bring in the love, bring in the caring, bring the spirit of Christmas back into that person's heart, into their life. This is the season for giving. This is the season for loving. This is the season to spread good cheer. And this is one way that you can do it. It's your gift to them is to let them know how much you care and the gift you see in them. Okay, and the gift you see in that person may not even be the obvious one. This guy, Robert White, was telling us that he did this in a seminar that he was running, and in that seminar was John Denver. Now, those of us who have been around a bit, we know who John Denver was. Sadly, he has gone. He was killed in a plane crash. But he was a great singer, great country singer. Love John Denver. He was one of my favorites. And anyway, and someone, you know, like in this exercise, in this room where they were, all the chairs were taken out and they had to pair off. And then once they had said what that gift was to the person they're with, or that person could only say thank you back. They were only allowed to respond with thank you. No negative, no nothing, just thank you. And then they switched and said something about the person with them. And then they went around the room, switched partners. And so there must have been roughly 30 people in this room, apparently. And apparently at the end of it, John Denver lay down on the floor and burst into tears. And when Robert lay down beside him on the floor to find out what was wrong, you know what John Denver said? Every single person in that room said that the gift they see in him, not one of them said it was his music. They saw other things in him. So the gift you see in someone may not be the obvious. Because, I mean, you think about it. Wouldn't you, if you were in a room and you were doing this exercise with someone like John Denver or Elton John or Celine Dion or someone else that that you might enjoy listening to singing, you would probably say, "Oh, the gift I see in you is your voice, your singing, the music." But no, other people saw in him that he was a good man, a good father, a good husband, all these other things. And that, my friends, is so important because it's not the obvious. You may see a gift in someone else that no one else sees, that is not obvious. So think about it. So before you pick up the phone and call, I'd love to see how many of you actually pick up the phone and call me or send me a voice message. That would be cool. I don't know what you see in me. I don't know what gift you see that I have, right? I don't know. You may not see any gift in me at all, but that's fine. But anyway, that's a challenge I give you all. It's been given to me, so don't be surprised if I call you. It's going to take me a while to get around you all, and those of you who I know never answer your phone when I call, I'm going to just send you a little voice message anyway. All right, well, that's it from me here in Ronnie's World today. There's a challenge I've set out for you, and make someone's Christmas great. Spend the next couple of days or the next couple of hours, however long, reaching out and just doing that without any expectations of getting anything in return, because that, my friends, is the greatest gift of all, is to be able to give something to someone else, even if it's just acknowledging the gift you see in them without expecting anything in return. Okay? Do not expect anything in return. The greatest gift in return you can get is the joy you've given and the uplifting and that you have given and shared with someone else, and the gratitude, the love, the honesty. Okay? Nothing negative. It's got to be all positive. All right? Because this is the time of giving and loving and sharing. The spirit of Christmas. All right, so I'm going to go now. So remember, here in Bronnie's World, I ask you all really nicely to stay safe, stay informed, be empowered, but do not live in fear, my friends, because when you are giving the gift of love, joy, peace, happiness, a smile, just a smile, and the gift of making a phone call and letting someone know how important they are, and the gift that you see in them, you too, my friends, will be powerful, beautiful, brilliant, and most definitely very brave. God bless you all, and I'll catch you all again here tomorrow in Bronnie's World. And hopefully one of my many guests I still have to bring to you will be able to get on with me. But, it's that time of year when it's really hard to get them all coordinating at the same time as myself. All right, God bless you all, and catch you again tomorrow here in Bronnie's World. Bye.